Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so we are tackling the 325 ice boat that came from Japan, and we finally started up. We finally started up the fabrication side again. And like I explained to you all, that I'll be doing a lot more update videos on the vehicles and more in depth as well. So on this vehicle, I showed you the vehicle when it came in. We stripped the vehicle down. We found that it's actually a very good vehicle to work with. After we blasted the car, we found that there's a whole lot of issues happening on the back left fender as well as on the floorboards. So we tackled the section here first. Now, if you have a look at it, you can see there's a whole lot of plates up here. There's plates up here. And this here was welded before. It was, I don't know what. So they attempted a fix before, right? But the attempt was, from what we see now, is all wrong. So I don't know what has happened here. It could have been rust from before, because there's a rust. There's a plate off here. There's a plate off here. There's a plate here. They've cut this whole section. They cut the whole arch off, and they've replaced the arch. But they've also removed the inner arch. So normally you have your welds or your spot welds at the back here, which I'll show you guys now. But that's been removed. So having said that, I always spoke to you about us getting a dolly in, or being able to work properly from the back. And we see that these are all seams here, right? Like this section here, for example, you got your rear panel, or you got your inner panel, and you got your outer panel here. There's no way for us to basically try and get this panel as straight as we want it without filling it. And this is what we found in here, that there was a lot of filler covering up all these welds here. So what we decided to do is pull the whole rear fender off. It's going to be easier for us to work this fender here, because we'll be able to get a dolly and we'll be able to work this fender, basically remake this whole arch, make this panel up here, and straighten out what's going on here. So this has all been knocked in and filled with a whole lot of body filler before. Okay, so we're just going to take this here off quickly. We have drilled all the spot welds off already. We've cut it off by the seams all the way through. And here there's been a plate put in. You'll actually see the welds here carrying over onto the rear fender. So we've had to cut it off here. We couldn't take it off by the original place. So, and then here at the bottom as well by the sill. This here was just tacked on to the bottom. So we've got to remake. There's a lot of work to actually remake onto this fender here. So let's get my mic on here. You ready there? Okay, so it's not as easy as we're making it seem now, right? Future has actually been busy here for a while, trying to get it off completely. Anyway, I'll hold it. Okay. So before we put this away, so this is one of the reasons. I think Future, let's turn it around. You can stay there. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why we decided to take this panel off, right? And it's exactly, I told you, there's gonna be rust all over here. So now we're able to actually, you can see all the crap that's got up to at the back now. So we've got to remake this panel here, your sill panel. We've got to remake the arch, right? And there was issues at the back here, so it's easier for us to actually get in at the back. The guys generally, okay, let's get this put one side. Let's get this put one side. So we don't want to warp this guy now, right? We must just pick it. Yeah, maybe it's better putting it flat on the floor. Okay, so the guy is generally in good nick. Close. Come here. You can see the E-coat is still on here, right? We don't have any rust in these areas here, but there has been a crumble on the back here. So what this is going to allow us to do is actually repair this guy, the inner arch, build up the inner arch, because they've cut the inner arch all the way out, right? I'm actually going to reblast this guy on the inside here. So we're gonna do a repair here. We're gonna do a repair on the inner cell, which is really not too bad. But it's also good that we're able to get here. But this here looks like a plate that they put in. So this plate is getting on further. So I'm future there's a bit of a problem here. You saw this plate here. This is an aftermarket plate. This is the plate that they put in. So we might have to pull out the cell further. Yeah, so we can get to this rust here underneath the car. You understand? So we've got rust here. We've got rust building up all on the corners here. Right, and then we can get to repairing this guy out here. But the nice part is, I'm going to show you something else now quickly. The nice part is that we're able to get to all these panels on the inside easier than trying to repair it from the outside. So it is a lot more work, but in theory, the repair should be thorough. I just want to show you here quickly on the back in a tray. So they've come before and they've put the plate in there, right? So if you guys remember on the, who was it? On the Zenova IS on Miles, we actually built up rear battery trays, nah? And we put them and one of the triple threes, and we've run our beads in properly. We've got the shape looking as close as possible. This is basically cut out plates put in piece. So it'll allow us now to come build up this panel here properly, actually weld it properly on, get to the rust, because this was all going to rust up further. So even though they've done a rust repair before, they actually cause more harm. It'll actually start rotting from here, not even rusting from here, it'll start rotting from here all the way through a good car. So that's good. We've got a starting point, but the biggest issue is now we're going to start with that fender. We're actually going to start with repairs on this guy here quickly, and then from here we're going to start moving through the vehicle. So we've got the white shadow line that we're going to start with as well, and that covers a back left cut and join. So it covers a back left cut and join. I think we're going to actually go the same route on that car, because they've basically joined on the seams here, right? So I think we're going to pull that whole fender off again, right? Rejoin that fender on, make sure the car is straight, and then replace that fender on. So we're able to, the nice thing about doing it this way here is that we're able to basically come back and reseal, reprimer, right? And it's a structural panel that'll be good for another 20-30 years. It's unfortunate that we can't take the whole car apart like this, yeah, and redo every single panel, but this is as far as we can go. What I wanted to show you guys is, I kept on saying with sandblasting, this is how much of sand is in the corners here. Just so you guys know, this is how much of sand actually builds up in the corners here. Okay, so I think I'm gonna make this here a quick short video, but I'm gonna make it a quick short video, and I will do a follow-up build, not follow-up build, I'll do a follow-up video as we're going through it, as we're going through the rust repairs, so you guys have an idea of what goes into this car. So again, I'm saying to you, a car that looked very good, it drove, car was driving, it looked very good. Even when we stripped the car, it looked like we couldn't see any rust. And this is after inspecting and going into it, this is what we find on it. So guys, stay tuned. I will keep you guys updated within the next week or two. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share. And let's get this guy going. Cheers, guys.